Hello and a warm welcome to Federal Special Program Capital Beat. In all likelihood, Siddaramaiah is going to become Karnataka's next chief minister, while the acceptable formula around DK Shivakumar is still being worked out. What we have come to know from the sources is that apparently DK Shivakumar has been given the offer of the deputy chief minister, along with staying on as the Pradesh Congress Committee chief, and also has been given the offer of 3 to 4 portfolios of his choice. Whether at all that's going to be acceptable to DK Shivakumar, we do not know as of now. But the larger question which comes out of the manner in which Congress has conducted itself in the last 3 to 4 days, especially post the Karnataka election victory, we are forced to ask that could the optics have been better managed? And is the party really ready to tackle the internal differences in states like Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh? We're going to be asking questions on all of this. And joining me now is a very special person, political analyst, commentator, and author, Rasheed Kidwai, who doesn't need too much of an introduction. Thank you so much, Rasheed, for joining on the Federal. And my first question to you is that could the party really have managed all this better with the kind of optics playing out and, the perception going out that, this kind of a preparation could have been handled better by the Congress?
Thank you, Dilu. First of all, I'm grateful for having invited me in the Federal. Uh, your question is very much relevant, and I think the answer is yes. The Congress has a knack of making simple things look difficult and complex. But we must also understand the Congress is in a kind of transition because it was so used to this kind of high command culture. The dominance of Gandhis. The dominance of Gandhis is still there, but it has trying to democratize itself, and which is a good thing for democracy. But for the Congress, the democratic process relating to Karnataka ended on 10th of May when the results when the votes were cast, or for that matter on May 13th when a big verdict came in favor of the Congress party. The Congress should have extended it, logically speaking, constitutionally speaking, political morality wise. They should have heard the opinion of the majority of newly elected Congress MLAs. This is there in the constitution, this is there in Congress constitution, and this is there in the political morality of it. The Congress stopped short of it. It sent a very big kind of uh, heavyweight as AICC observers, Mr. Sushil Kumar Shinde, Mr. Deepak Babaria, and Kumar Jitendra Singh, and they
Rashid, sorry to interrupt you, but are you saying that there was actually no need for the observers to go and take suggestions from the MLAs or to know their choices when the majority was absolutely clear? Are you saying that?
No, I am saying the MLAs were for somehow prevented from making a declaration. Why were the MLAs sent? It was not a clerical exercise of tabulating, ascertaining views. If the views were ascertained, then Mr. Shinde should have made that public. And we
Hmm.
would have known that how many MLAs Mr. Siddaramaiah has, how many MLAs DK Shivkumar has, or G. Parmeshwara, or any other contender.
Hmm.
Instead, what they did was they did two things. One is that they ascertained views, and that was confidential paper that was submitted to perhaps to Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, and they got MLAs authorized them that we want to leave it to the Congress president. And Mr. Kharge said that they have left it to the high command without realizing he's the high command now.
Hmm.
So this is what I'm saying. There is a transition, that culture. So if the Congress wants to showcase itself as a democratic party vis-a-vis, the kind of
Yeah.
cloud that uh, 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 Narendra Modi ji has in the BJP at present, politically speaking, or organizationally speaking, is not, democratic as such.
Hmm.
Because whatever decision is there is with Mr. Modi and Amit Shah, they decide everything. So if the
Right.
Congress wanted to showcase itself differently, they should have made that public. And therefore, this whole, what you were also referring, 48 hours of this kind of lobbying and people meeting and the drama, the media glare, the sources, inspired leaks, it actually damaged, with bad optics. It was highly avoidable.
Yes. But Mr. Kidwai, do you think that in this process, after 10th exactly, and today is almost 17th May, after 13, sorry. So this is the fourth day after the verdict came out. And do you in any way feel that since the time Kharge reached Delhi, uh, has the process in a way undermined his authority also? And what you said that, Kharge left it to the high command without even realizing that now he's the high command. So what my pinpointed question to you is that is the central fulcrum of the Congress still weak? They are themselves confused, and confusion may be at the end of Mallikarjun Kharge, confusion may be at the end of the Gandhis. What is it really? Is the core of the Congress still weak?
Yes, Nindu, you're a veteran political commentator and observer. You know that, see, the Congress lost the battle of perception. Any political party could have taken this kind of, time in selection of, chief minister and all. The BJP, I can give a lot of examples. The BJP has taken far more, number of days. But they don't have that, the Congress did not have a response mechanism. As I said, see, we know that Jairam Ramesh is head of the, communication department, and Supriya Srinate or Pawan Khera, they are there. But they were not talking. Whatever the kind of, who were the sources? Were they the spin doctors of the some of the Karnataka-based politicians who were feeding this information? What Mr. Kharge is saying and doing? So if they had taken this time, 3 days, 4 days, they were within their rights, but they should have been an institutional mechanism. So Mr. Kharge should have, as I said, they missed the opportunity. The observers could have announced there in Bangalore itself a democratic way who has got, that anybody who gets 51 votes, the one who gets 49 is beaten, and the 51 gets elected. That's the democracy is all about numbers. So the Congress lacked transparency. Congress lacked accountability. Congress made a mockery of itself by not asserting. And I'm saying it with seriousness. This unauthorized, sources and spokespersons. They were, see, you can go on criticizing media, but I think it's criticism is unfair. It was Mr. Jairam Ramesh's responsibility, Mr. Kharge's responsibility, Mr. Randeep Surjewala's responsibility to set a mechanism. Why was not every 2 hour, 3 hour, proper briefing was done?
So this, which is very clear from what you're saying, that the media management of the Congress was not up to the mark. They could have managed themselves better. And of course, the kind of leaks which happened and the way the information was being given out, clearly the blame goes to Jairam Ramesh, who was handling the media department.
I think it will be, while of course he would share a blame, but this is also, Nilu, that it also tells you that the Congress reduced itself to a circus, because I think everyone wanted to show, as I said in the beginning of the conversation, that the Congress is going through transition. So they were always had a thing that, the importance of Gandhi should not be lost. The people should be seen as going and visiting Ten Janpath. This K.C. Gopal and Randeep Surjewala, they all are culturally, politically seeped into that culture. So they like doing these kind of things without realizing that there is an outside world which was very eagerly watching. And there was no match between Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shivkumar in terms of popularity. He was a leader whose popularity ratings were 40%. Other one was not even 4%.
Right.
But this kind of thing should have been explained by authorized, leaders, and there is no dearth of Congress leaders. I think the Congress got itself overwhelmed by this. So it was not thought out. Step 1, 2, 3, like a mature political party, a national party like Congress was expected to do, and a lot of speculation was going on. And I think these speculations did a lot of damage. And one last thing, see, you may be a poll strategist or spin doctor or personally loyal to somebody, but you have no right to play havoc with the Congress system. So
Absolutely.
this is also a commentary.
You used a very interesting word that, Congress reduced itself to a circus with people going and meeting Kharge. Then, apparently yesterday Rahul drove down to Kharge's residence, and today the entire lot again going back to Rahul. Is there a confusion within the high command that who is the real high command now? Is it Mr. Kharge? Is it Rahul Gandhi? Or they want to send out this message that, look, even if Kharge is in command with his functional autonomy, but there is something else which needs to be addressed, and that extra bit is going to be addressed along with the Gandhis. So is that the message which really comes out?
Nilu, I think Gandhis are very clear. They want to give all importance to Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge. That's why you saw Rahul Gandhi visiting Mallikarjun Kharge. And all along during this, when the kind of celebrations was going on after, I'm talking about May 13, in no picture did you see that, Priyanka Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, though they were in some ways had played a, big contribution in Congress victory. If you look at Bharat Jodo Yatra, it went through 21 assembly segments, Congress won 16 seats. Priyanka Gandhi chipped in, Sonia chipped in, all this thing. But the Gandhis are very clear. It is that I said no high command culture. Mallikarjun Kharge is saying it is Congress High Command will decide without realizing he is Congress High Command. So I think this is a mindset problem. And then there are, of course, I don't want to give just too much benefit of doubt. I think I don't want to name, the party general secretaries and all who, as a right, for their short-term gains, they want to give a lot of importance. Remember, Nilu, let's not forget. Let me tell the viewers of watching this federal postcard that see there has to be CWC has to be constituted, working committee that is working committee has to be constituted, AICC general secretaries are to be appointed. So there's a lot of lobbying going on. There's a lot of mind game that is being played,
So
and
are
therefore
you hinting at the fact that there were too many decisions which were pending and which were taken at the plenary session, and those things have still not been implemented? So are you saying that along with the choice of the chief minister, there's a lot of lobbying happening on that as well simultaneously, and that probably is creating a lot of confusion?
absolutely. So there is no command control system in place. I don't want to just go on saying it, but it. Had Ahmed Patel being there, things would have been, seamless. So the Congress president's office is still little hesitant to, they want to accord a lot of importance to Ten Janpath if it is to be given. Ten Janpath commands respect, but you don't have to put in display when dynasty has become increasingly a dirty word. So therefore, the Congress should have played that. Look, there is a Congress president who's not a member of Nehru Gandhi family. They won in Himachal, they won in Karnataka. Of course, they lost Gujarat. But, the Congress is, it's 2-0 because JP Nadda lost in his home state of Himachal and Mallikarjun Kharge won in his home state of Karnataka. So this kind of euphoria should have been there. But
Right.
somehow it was lost.
No, you were saying something. You complete your point, then I'll
No,
ask.
I'm saying so. So there are a lot of games. You see, the Congress may be out of power, but the Congress has lost touch with this palace intrigue. That
Mm.
kind of lobbying, that kind of drama that takes place. So therefore, I'll very quickly tell you. For instance, the Congress should have learned the importance of numbers in democracy.
Mm.
Why I'm saying giving a background, you look at the ongoing fight in Rajasthan. We do not know till date, Nilu, that who has who commands the majority of party MLAs. Because when on 14th of December 2018, when Mr. Ashok Gehlot was chosen as chief minister, no head count was done or made public. So we do not know how many people are there with Sachin. Similarly, on the 25th of September 2022, when observers had gone to Jaipur, again head count could not be take place. It's a pending issue. Similarly, we do not know, how many supporters Kamal Nath had and how many supporters Sindhya had. And Jyotirendra Sindhya made a claim that he was to be a chief minister. You look at Chhattisgarh, similar situation between Bhupesh Baghel and T.S. Singhdeo. So I think Congress should have learned and should have made this thing very public. That look, even if there are just 76 MLAs are with Siddaramaiah, 76 out of 135 means the other person cannot have 76 MLAs. So that means he was a clear winner. And that's it.
But what is intriguing me, and also that question comes to mind from what you are saying, Mr. Kidwai, is that in this process of the last 3, 4 days, or rather 2 days, last 2 days, since yesterday and today, do you think that somewhere down the line, if Kharge ji is the president of the Congress, then his authority has it been undermined? Because yesterday Rahul drove to his residence, and today we see that Siddaramaiah and DK Shiv Kumar go to meet Rahul again. Does that undermine the authority of Mallikarjun Kharge in any way without even Congress realizing that it's doing this?
No, I think, as I said, Gandhis are careful. Like I said, Mr. Kharge did not go to Rahul Gandhi's house or
Hmm.
10 Janpath, where both Rahul and Sonia Gandhi live as of now. So I'm saying that optics was not bad, but this kind of, deliberations that so and so is meeting so and so, so and so is meeting so and so. meeting, so that uncertainty, and to cap it, this kind of barrage of this sources-based stories. They're going to be rotation. They're going to be three deputy CM. They're going to be Shiv Kumar is not willing. Shiv Kumar may resign. Shiv Kumar saying he will not resign. I mean, this actually took a sheen out of that spectacular victory. So therefore, I'm saying that command and control, if that was in place, perhaps things would have, they should have been designated. What was Pavan Kheda and Supriya Shinathi doing? They should have been
When you
proactive. Or for
talk
that
about
matter,
Pavan
Jainam,
Kheda, if
and
you talk
given
about no, but if you talk
meeting.
about Pavan Kheda and Supriya Shinade, when they appear on the TV channels, they said that the media doesn't have the right to ask these questions to Congress because if you look at BJP, they took about 18 days to form the government in Assam. They took about 10 days in Uttar Pradesh. Then Maharashtra cabinet was not formed for almost 40 days. So that is the kind of clarification which the Congress spokespersons are talking about.
They live in old world. You see, this is what about tree doesn't work. You have to show. You see, the spokespersons instead of TV studio should have been there in the party office and holding after every, I said, 2 hour, 4 hour, 6 hour briefing. Okay, and telling it to everyone. Why this kind of, there is a lot of vanity. There is a lot of, the Congress has a perceived, notion of the world. That world has changed. You see, look at Rahul Gandhi. He said that Twitter is urban fad, and after 2 years, what we see, whatever he is doing or saying, he is doing it on Twitter. So they swing from 180-degree or so. So I think, see,
Right,
job of a party is to brief the outside world. See, not to get a kind of eyeballs in a particular channel. I mean, for an individual. So
right,
therefore, these are the very basics that Congress needs to understand, and
right.
there is no point. Nobody is there. No takers for it. That how many days, how many who had taken.
Absolutely.
Here it was a clear victory. A designated person, a person who enjoys a lot of reputation and goodwill in Karnataka, and you see the whole action should have been in Bangalore, not.
Okay. So you're saying that the whole action should have been in Bangalore and not Delhi. But of course, you've described it very well, Mr. Kidwai, that, the way the things happened in the last 3 to 4 days. But my next question to you is that is the party really ready to tackle the differences in Chhattisgarh, in Rajasthan? Because, of course, immediately after the Karnataka dust is settled, people are saying that the next eye will be on Rajasthan. And of course, with so many things happening between Gehlot and Sachin Pilot, is the party really ready with the kind of example it has just given after a spectacular victory, the way it has held together the fort, and which you yourself in very clear terms said that it looked like a circus the way they managed. How will they manage things in Rajasthan? How will they manage things in Chhattisgarh or Madhya Pradesh? Are they really ready for 2024? And, also tackling the differences which are brewing up in different states.
So there is and let's take state by state. In Rajasthan, there is an unfinished agenda that the AICC observer is to go and ascertain views of party MLAs, whose side are they on, and then the leadership, that being Mr. Kharge, take a call. I understand that it's very little time because we already in May and in November, December, there's assembly election. So whatever has to be done, but Mr. Kharge has to have a hands-on approach. And Mr. Sachin Pilot is within his rights to say that, you see, what am I getting in the end of the day? Because remember when he sort of rebelled or revolted against uh, uh, Ashok Gehlot, he was both deputy chief minister and state party president. So now what is there? I mean, if you make him a AICC general secretary, then his whole kind of credibility goes for a toss. So these are not easy decisions. I don't think that time for changing chief ministers is left for the Congress, whether it's in Chhattisgarh or in any other state. So you need to get your act together, be pragmatic, and be very open.
Right.
Again, I'm saying, Nilu, what is the problem? What is, ruining the Congress? Not Narendra Modi factor, not, the kind of poll debacles, because victory and defeat is a part and parcel of electoral politics. I think this ostrich-like approach is what is hurting and harming the Congress. Congress has to communicate with its own leaders. Like what is preventing Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge to summon both Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot, and give them a kind of patient hearing, and then his own thing, a very simple thing. Nilu, you and me can understand that. Okay, Mr. Kharge can tell Ashok Gehlot, Sachin Pilot, that you let Mr. Ashok Gehlot complete his remaining term. and tell Mr. Ashok Gehlot to go to Jaipur and declare that the next chief minister of state, that is between the period of 23 to 2020, 27, 28, would be Sachin Pilot. Isn't it? That's a thing like you
But
play.
it is very clear, Mr. Kidwai, from what you're saying, that will Kharge ji have to be more assertive without thinking about the appendages, without thinking about who feels bad, without thinking of, how the culture will come up probably. So is the entire fault, or maybe the entire responsibility for taking the ship forward now, is on Mallikarjun Kharge, and he will have to be more assertive than what he is?
I think there are no two views about it, Nilu. You see, the whole world is watching. Mr. Kharge should not, Kharge's world is not confined to 24 Akbar Road. Okay, he should look outside of people at large. Like I'm telling you, he had dealt a blow. JP Nadda lost his own state. Mr. Kharge has won his own state. If Mr. Kharge, in no uncertain terms, sort of disciplines both Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot in Rajasthan and tackles whatever problems are there in Chhattisgarh, all problems can be solved. Politicians are very pragmatic. I mean, Ashok Gehlot has been the chief minister for whatever reason. He has completed his term. Now he should allow. Mr. Kharge knows because he burned his own fingers during he was an observer for Punjab when Amrinder Singh was removed in a crude manner. Nobody stood by Amrinder, but in the end of the day, Congress lost. Congress suffered.
Okay.
So I'm saying he should take a clinical call because he is sworn as Congress president. His loyalty is 100% to the Congress party, not so much, dare I say, with the Gandhis, the Rasheed Kidwai or Sachin Pilot or Bhupesh or anyone else.
So do you sense some kind of a confusion in Khargeji's mind, apparently, that, he needs to keep the Gandhis always in the loop, and apparently that's the reason why he's not able to assert himself the way he should? What is really stopping him? And people, some quarters even said that in the last 2 days, it seems like, Khargeji, despite a spectacular victory, despite the efforts which he put in, he's won the state hands down with his rallies, with his addresses. But in a way, he's almost like surrendered again to Gandhi's. Would that be the correct perception?
I think there is a lot of sort of elitist approach towards this. If we say that Mr. Kharge, you see, Mr. Kharge must understand he is a Congress president and he should do something in the interest of the Congress. Gandhis know it. Gandhis are very sure-footed about it. Gandhi's dream is to somehow bring back the past glory to the Congress. Let's not forget, since 1989, there's been no prime minister belonging to Nehru Gandhi family. So
Right.
therefore, they are doing, and you cannot say that Karnataka, assembly was just one person's contribution, whether it was DK Shivkumar or Siddaramaiah, or it was a Congress victory, and everyone chipped in. Mr. Kharge played a very important role. So did Rahul Gandhi through his Bharat Jodo Yatra. So did Sonia Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, everyone. So credit has to, there cannot be a singular, person or singular factor. So it's a combination of everything. Mr. Kharge must understand a very simple thing, Anilu, that you are sitting in studio, you understand that he must honor the commitment, he has as a Congress president. And nobody will be objecting, except for, I mean, his political opponents like the BJP, etc. So he must listen to, what we say, inner voice or something like, his own conscience. That is his,
But
that is
do
his
you
purpose.
do you feel that Khargeji has enough autonomy at his hand, or he still needs to be given more free hand? What is your sense?
Look, this free hand, etc. Any post position, Nilu, you have been on in a very different media, but you have been in various positions. You know that it depends how much you want to exercise. Nobody stops the good work. Nobody, dislikes a winner. Nobody wants, to prevent success. So therefore, Mr. Kharge has a proven track record, of very long life in public life. He's been mostly winner. He has held all the important positions. So he knows what he has to do. All he has to do is to muster some, courage. He should not get into the trap. I'm saying that Ganesh Parikrama that keeps taking place in 24 Akbar Road. So he
Right,
has to break, as I said, it's a mindset problem.
right. Okay.
Gandhis are not, neither a contender nor challengers. They are the facilitators. And
Absolutely.
Mr. Kharge knows he is there. I'm sure Mr. Ashok Gehlot, when he's hearing this podcast, or otherwise, he must be kicking, himself that he got such a golden. Imagine today, Mr. It would have been Mr. Ashok Gehlot everywhere, everywhere. Everybody would have been talking about Mr. Ashok Gehlot, but he refused to be, Congress president, and he gave a very ugly turn to the whole thing.
Right. Absolutely. But taking away from what is happening really from here on, from the Karnataka victory, how do you really see the politics really shaping up, Mr. Kidwai, in terms for the BJP as well as for the Congress?
I think you posed a very tantalizing and a very pertinent question. See, opposition unity, Nilu, to my mind, is a misnomer. It is not, it's a very fierce competition. The way, you see the recent statement by Akhilesh Yadav and Mamata Banerjee that the Congress should take on the BJP, don't come to our state. See, the alliances are formed from position of strength. If tomorrow Congress wants to do an alliance with Mamata, what can it get? It can get just two, three, parliamentary seats at best in Bengal. If they go to UP, then again it will be like one seat for Sonia Gandhi, one seat for Priyanka Gandhi kind of business. So therefore, the Congress, you see, so the thing is that everybody, as we know that there are 543 Lok Sabha seats. Out of that, 272 required for majority. The non-Congress opposition has to get half of half. I mean, half
Right.
of 273. 138 seats, let's say 150 seats, all those DMKs and TMCs and RJDs of the world are required to get. The other half Congress has to fulfill. So there are over 200 seats where the Congress and BJP are in direct contest. At present, Nilu, the strike rate of the BJP is 90%. If the Congress reduces it to 60%, I'm not saying 50%, even 60%, it is going to make a lot of changes. A BJP short of 50, 60 seats are going to, have a lot of trouble for Mr. You know, uh, again, Narendra Modi to continue or get another term. So all these dynamics are very known. I think the BJP cannot, be looking at 2019 verdict or 2014 election because people, the way Karnataka has rejected Mr. Modi's, very aggressive, high voltage, boisterous, noisy, campaign. You look at in Himachal, what did he say? The Prime
What
Minister
he
had said
said.
that, don't look at the candidate, you vote for me.
But Mr. Kidwai, you said that
And then
opposition unity, no, you said that opposition unity is a misnomer. And if Karnataka has rejected BJP, so 2024, according to you, will it be easy for BJP? Will opposition be able to put up a formidable alliance when it comes to fighting BJP? All those are the questions which are staring at everyone.
so opposition story in Ilu will always be chaotic. It will be one-upmanship. There will be a lot of loopholes. It will be subject to ridicule, etc. Unlike the ruling side, which is very like a lot of synergy, seamless, and all. Let me tell you a very simple thing. Like Karnataka has 28 Lok Sabha seats. At present, BJP has 24. If if under Mr. Siddaramaiah, if Congress can get even 15 Lok Sabha seats, there is no state where BJP can increase its tally of 15 seats. Look at UP, they already have 68. In Madhya Pradesh, they have 28. In Rajasthan, they have all 25. Delhi, all 7. Chhattisgarh, 10 out of 11. I can go on giving this number. So this is though Karnataka is one state. Then you look at Maharashtra, the BJP and Shiv Sena combined had got 42 Lok Sabha seats. Now today, look at the MBA and the BJP and Shinde group. So there is every chance that BJP may have a shortfall of 20 seats. Where are they going to get it from? Bengal, they got 18 Lok Sabha seats in 2019. This time around, they would struggle to get even single digit in the sense 5, 6, 7. And lastly, Bihar. Okay, again, they got 38, 39 Lok Sabha seats out of that 40 seats from Bihar due to alliance with JDU. Again, if there is a shortfall of 20 seats. So I'm saying there's a cluster of 70 seats. Also, the BJP will find it very difficult to, get it because Telangana you can get in the best possible way 2, 3 things. Punjab, I think, going to be nil. Assam. So it's already BJP already reached optimum in Gujarat, in Madhya Pradesh, in Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Delhi, Haryana, Uttarakhand, Himachal, several states. So therefore, I am saying the 24 is very much open. The Congress lack that kind of self-confidence. Karnataka has given them a belief that okay, even if Mr. Modi comes and campaigns, he can be humbled, he can be beaten. So this kind of thing is going to go. We do not know how it will shape up. But as I said, half of half. If the Congress crosses 100 figure and the non-NDA parties get again 150, then I find very difficult time for Narendra Modi ji and the BJP. They may get, coalition with 200 plus seats, etc. But that coalition will be unstable. That coalition will not, make Mr. Modi, function like in his signature style of functioning, or for that matter, Mr. Amit Shah.
Mr. Kidwai, looking at the way the Muslim consolidation has happened in Karnataka, and we've what was the reason for reverse polarization? Why Muslim consolidation happened? We've discussed it many times, but my question to you is that can this Muslim consolidation happen also in states which will be going to polls in the near future, say by year end?
Yes. So demographically speaking, Nilu, Muslims differ from state to state. There are states like Bengal and Karnataka, Kerala, which have, and of course Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and all, which have a sizable Muslim population, can affect the elections, outcome of elections, etc. There are states like Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh where Muslim or Punjab, Haryana, the Muslim population is quite negligible. But I think broadly speaking, if we talk about this thing about that majority community vote and minority community vote, I think all non-BJP political parties need to get something 30-40% of majority community vote. I mean, like I described it, a 30-70 ratio. So unless the Congress or any other non-BJP party doesn't get 30% or more of majority community vote, it cannot hope to do well, whether it's an assembly election or parliamentary election. See, Neelu, it's a very simplistic way I see a lot of political parties say, हमारे चुनाव में हिंदू मुसलमान हो गया, it got polarized, and I think that's a lazy way of interpreting elections. The BJP in 2014 got 31% of votes. So if we do it 80% of 31%, then it's not even 50% of votes of the majority community. In 2019, the tally went up to 38%. Statistically speaking, again, 38% of the 80% votes doesn't cross the 50% threshold. So that means 50% voters of majority community are open to vote for non-BJP political parties. So it requires strategy, it requires plan, like Mamata Banerjee did it. The Congress has done it in Karnataka. I think the Muslims are, they have developed a thing that they vote en bloc for a party that they see is winning or capable of checking. Now, its own relations with BJP is very complex. I know Mr. Modi has talked about several times about, engagement of Muslims, etc. But I think it takes two to tango. Unless democracy, as I said, is about numbers, it's about participation, it's about empowerment. So if the BJP is not having a single MLA or a Lok Sabha MP across the country who belongs to the Muslim community, then obviously, and they are 14%, 15% of the country's population, and there are problems. I'm not saying that the problems are at the BJP doorstep, but the story is complicated.
Right. Okay. But one last question before I wind up the interview. The way the hectic lobbying is going on in the case of Karnataka, we do not know what is going to be palatable for DK Shivkumar, because what I knew last was that he has said that DK Shivkumar is not going to back down, and he will not become the part of the government if Siddaramaiah becomes a CM. But I think the political call almost has been taken by the party that Siddaramaiah will become the chief minister. So what kind of a future do you really see for DK Shivkumar? Though many times he said that he's not going to blackmail, he's not going to quit the party. He's also chided the media on this bit. But are you fearing that Karnataka could go the Rajasthan way, the kind of tussle which we are seeing playing out?
Nilu, I feel that this is whatever we are hearing or saying. First of all, it's a source-based thing. It's inspired leak. These are basically, broadly speaking, form part of what we call it posturing. So posturing is very different, and I think the Congress leadership, as I said in the beginning of your very engaging show, that it needs to have transparency. If it had told the world in the context of Madhya Pradesh that Mr. Kamal Nath had 80 or 85, 89, MLA support, and Mr. Sindhia had 26, 27, 30 MLA support, perhaps, the script for Madhya Pradesh even now would have been different. It would be a, Congress government. So this kind of ambiguity that the Congress leaves out to, same I can say about Rajasthan and as well as Chhattisgarh. Because remember, primarily, and Neelu, I'm saying it with sense of responsibility and dignity, and with my vast experience of covering the Congress party, that the majority of Congress MLAs are Congress MLAs. They're not Shiv Kumar MLAs, they're not Siddaramaiah MLAs, they're not G. Parmeshwara MLAs. Anybody who's saying it either has a vested interest or does not understand the Congress DNA. And I'm not saying it just for the sake of it. We have seen in Punjab when Captain Amrinder Singh, sort of left the Congress or was removed. Not one MLA went with Mr. Captain Amrinder Singh. So this is a kind of false notion. If tomorrow Congress is to take a call that Ashok Gehlot has to go, let me tell you on this show, not a single MLA, but I repeat, not a single MLA would side with Ashok Gehlot. But it requires, courage of conviction. It requires, so if you have a perceived, notion of hierarchy and this, ye ho jayega, wo ho jayega, politics is not about chicken-hearted people.
No, but what happens if DK Shivkumar is not with Congress? And we do not know which way he'll go. But DK Shivkumar is certainly an organizational strength to Congress. So will it not
Yes,
be
you
a
are.
fact for
Look,
Congress in Karnataka?
I'm tempted to answer. I know you're a fabulous anchor and a reporter also. See, the key point is I have not seen a single pronouncement by Mr. DK Shivkumar which can dub him as a rebel or as someone who's in. See, on the contrary, I've heard Shivkumar ji saying that, the BJP, when he was sent to jail for 50 long days, when Sonia Gandhi went to see him in Tihar jail, he said he was offered. I mean, he didn't disclose who had said it, but you can draw inference. He said he was offered, a choice between going to jail or becoming deputy chief minister.
Right.
But he did not join the BJP. How do you expect him that, a person who's who's made a significant contribution in the Congress getting, not all time, but one of the best performances in Karnataka, and would go and root jayenge, full jayenge. This is posturing.
Okay.
And we should not read too much in. That's what I'm saying. The spin doctors, the kind of bold strategies, they are like havoc. The Congress need to have a standard operating procedure. They should check these people. Or I'm not even sure. I don't want to name for the sake of civility these spin doctors. They're not even part of Congress party as far as I know. So why are they calling shots ahead of Pawan Khera and Supriya and Jairam Ramesh? This baffles me.
So you are saying that they are the biggest weaknesses in the current context?
Naturally, Nilu, if you allow this kind of confusion to thrive, if you allow unauthorized, kind of voices to come in, we know on a television there are two brothers and one on this side, other side. Again, I would say I've always find it very intriguing whether the other brother who claims to be whether he is part of Congress or not. So the Congress lives in its own world. See, it must get real. If Mr. Jairam Ramesh is a head of communication department, he must assert himself, and the whole party would be with him. If not the country, I mean, that would be a little outlandish because it's a intra-party matter. The Congress has to have system in place. When Mr. Jaishankar speaks, he speaks for the country, and everyone listens to him. So that kind of moral courage and assertiveness has to come.
Right. So you did mention about the fact that Congress needs a command center and not people who can say anything, anytime. And that is exactly what has made this episode look like a circus. And this is all what we discussed. Thank you so much, Rasheed ji, for joining on the Federal. It was wonderful having you on the program. And one appeal to the viewers who are watching this interview, subscribe to our channel, send us your feedback, and stay tuned to the Federal. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Kidwai. Thank you.
Subscribe to the Federal's YouTube page for more news and updates.